The United States of America and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland are two countries with a great history behind them. After the American Revolution in 1783, where the United States achieved its independence from the British Empire, there were many armed and diplomatic conflicts between these two countries. However, progressively from the end of the 19th century, the relations between them began to improve enormously, becoming the great allies that they are today. One of the last conflicts between these two countries occurred in the year 1859, and curiously it happened thanks to nothing more and nothing less than a simple pig. In 1846, America and Britain, who at the time represented the British North America, nowadays Canada, established their borders in the far west through the Oregon Treaty. However, beyond the coast of the Oregon Territory, there were an island called San Juan Island, who not being mentioned in the Oregon Treaty, both America and Britain began to claim it, and sent settlers to validate their claim. The British settlers settled to a north of the island, and the American settlers settled to the south. At first the relations between the Americans and the British on the island were very good. However, everything changed when in 1859 a pig from a British farmer entered another farm owned by an American, and began to eat his crops. The American, annoyed, took a rifle and shot the pig to death. Later the annoyed British farmer went to confront the American. The American offered him $10 in compensation for the dead pig, but the British rejected him and instead reported the case to the British authorities on the island so that they could arrest the American. Americans on the island then felt threatened and requested protection from their government. The request was received by General William S. Harney, who did not hesitate to send some 66 soldiers to the island to protect his compatriots. Given this news, the governor of British Columbia decided to send some warships to pressure the Americans. Shortly after, Admiral Robert L. Baines, Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Navy in the Pacific, arrived in British Columbia. Baines received orders from the British governor to land soldiers on the island and expel the Americans, but this officer disobeyed the orders on the grounds that he would not involve two great nations in a war over a dispute of a pig. In the end, both governments agreed to a truce and limited the number of soldiers that each country could keep on the island to avoid a confrontation. It was not until 1872, when an arbitration led by Emperor Wilhelm I of Germany ruled that the islands belonged to the United States, and Britain stopped claiming the islands, thus ending this conflict. Today, the island is inhabited by about 6,000 people, and you can visit the original American and British settlements. It is the only American national park that has a foreign flag flying on it. It is a British flag that was gifted by the British government many years later as a sign of friendship. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Remember that you can leave your opinion in the comments and tell me if you want a video about a particular topic.